Oh yeah, and I forgot. There we go. I started making these based on memory until I finally found my. This is the one I did by memory, was Blimpus. Um, and I didn't realize he was baby blue, but you know, the blue ship kind of looks more like a plane than a ship. But they're supposed to be ships. And in his 4 golden spears, so we can get a little closer. You know, I have him as different, that he's melee in ship and range as a robot, which you don't see very often. When he transforms, scrap an enemy, melee upgrade. Did I do this already? If he attacks, transform into alt mode. So, you know, so you have the ability, but it has to be a melee upgrade, not just any upgrade. And then we have Ramstador. I think I like the name Ramstador better than Stydor. Stydor sounds too much like Stridor, which is the combined form. I made sure he had no abilities as a spaceship. Very bad action pose with a big head. Yes, I know. Let's see if we can. There we go. It's a little better. If no orange pips are flipped, he gets 2+ to attack. So if he gets, you know, if you're flipping and you get whites and greens and nothing, then at least you'll get 5 attack against your enemy. Of course, you know, defense is 3 in ship mode, 2 to defense in robot mode. You know, very low cards. He's a 4-star card. Yeah, I didn't want to draw all the itty bitty stars on there, so I did a star with a 4 in it. But let's keep going. Prytron, I think. Maybe it's a Decepticon based on 3.14. No, it looks like Pyrdacons or Pyrdacons. I don't know how to pronounce that. His function is signaling. This looks stupid, but it's a crazy, neat idea. Look at all the spikes all over him. He can create a force field. And a silly little dish, which looks old compared to the 21st century now that we're in, of all things. Really ugly colors: blue, yellow, red, orange, huge green feet. Really doesn't move much in this mode. Can signal messages to anywhere in the universe. And I put that he's 100 feet in width and 500 feet in height. Uses his feet as base, usually not for walking, making him an easy target. If shot at, especially at his radar dish, he will turn back into his 5 components and attack ferociously. But he's basically a signal-based combiner. Very unique. And that's the leader right there, is the big yellow thing in the middle. And he's the only one that really kind of has an alt mode. A lot of I didn't make any of these with alt modes other than their combined form. Strite is a gunner. Has personality like Decepticon, trigger happy, but he can aim and calculate before shooting his opponent. But he has a bad habit of laughing when he shoots at them, making him vulnerable when he's celebrating. Which I thought was kind of funny. I don't remember making these little histories on them. Pyrdacon. That sounds a little better. Pyrdacon. I called them Demicons and scrapped that out here and called the Quintesson combiner of Pyrdacon. Condor. What if I cloned condors instead of dinosaurs? No. As a robot, he can use his spikes to make an energy field around him, causing him to be invulnerable. If walking with the field on, he can trip due to his left big foot, which is bigger than the right, breaking the field. Shy, guilty all the time, and doesn't shoot much, which is odd for a Decepticon. They are Decepticons. Not actually a pacifist, but which is badly misspelled. He likes to conserve his energy and shoot only in real trouble. He's the only one with a separate mode, a spaceship mode, enabling him to orbit a small planet. I have not made their cards yet. I just found this last night, and the only cards that I've really drawn are these guys right here, are 4 of my Spetabots. That's it so far, and I don't have anything on the back yet, so I'm still working on this. And only Blimpus is the only one really colored. And this one looks the worst because I just tried just simply folding it in half first. With the rest of these, I actually kind of went slowly down the middle of it with half the card kind of covered up, and I used the edge of some scissors and slightly kind of, not exactly cut, but slightly tried to do a perforation on it, so when I folded it, that it would fold well and not do what I did to Blimpus's card, you know, because it's all nasty right there. But at least they can fold and you can somewhat use them. Whoa, sorry. And then you got these two guys, which are just kind of funny looking. And again, they're just robot mode to combine mode for these guys, except for that last one, whatever he was called. And I guess I was a big fan of Goonies, and I called this guy Fratellis. I guess like the Fratelli brothers, I don't know. And there's 2 of them, and they're both the same color. Quick gunner, happy if surrounded in war. If unhappy, he'll stir up somebody by giving off blinding them with his little lights. Also can blind anybody for up to 10 minutes. Due to his big bulbs, he's very slow but very agile and aerobatic in flight. So like the other Decepticons, they can fly in robot mode. Pyrdacons. Oh, this one is Spinster. He looks short and squat. He's a little taller. Wishes he could lead the group. He's got like a Starscream complex. Thinks Condor isn't worthy to lead. Tries to keep the other 3 together. Does a better job than Condor. Wishes to be converted to the middle of Prytron. I may need to come up with something better than that. I don't know. Prytron. Instead of being a leg. His spikes are deceiving. They don't do anything. But it gives him confidence. If his spikes are removed or attack, his nervous system could fail. He's a good gunner, so Autobots have to watch out. So a lot of these guys are very good in battle, but they all have personality issues, which I just found pretty funny. And so that's really all I've got. I was just wanting to show off some of these characters, and I'm slowly making them, you know, hey, I kept all these cards, you know. I was not going to just throw out all this cardboard, and I'm thinking, hey, I can do something with this, you know. And now that I found these old characters, that's what, 4 Decepticons, 3 Quintessons, and 5 Autobots. You know, just fun to just create and do my own stuff with. Because buying these cards, because buying this stuff is expensive. It just really is. I wish they were closer to maybe $2.50 to $3 is probably how much they should be worth, not $4 a booster. Oh yeah, let's go over this one. All right. This is the shiny side. This is based on my son, and no, it does not look like him, but he's in a scout troop. He's 10 years old. He had fun with the, where's his car? His little Pine Car Derby race that we were in, and he didn't win anything. He lost. But he had fun. He really got to see. It was our first year doing this. He's already planning on doing better next year. He's so excited to do it again. I made him an infiltrator. The car is loosely based on like a Pine Car race car thing. Thus, you know, the plain looking wheels. He liked stripes. I gave him the name Zanbot, which I'm not going to go into because I don't want to reveal him on here. And you know, white stripes, brown for the wood. You know, a little bit of, you know, aerodynamics for the Pine Car. This is his alt mode, 2 to attack, 11 health. He's a 7-star character. 3 shield, Autobot. White pips add extra 1 shield each. I haven't seen that in a character card, so I thought, let's do that for his alt mode. So, you can tack in either mode. And here, I did a decent job on this. I really haven't drawn in forever. I made him a leader because he's already showing, as young as he is, pretty good qualities in his little scout troop. No upgrades. You cannot add upgrades to him in robot mode. You can in car truck mode. I put him that he's a car truck. There's another character that's both too, I think. What does that say? Leader and melee. That's right. Melee. And no, okay, there we go. But yeah, you can see that his legs split off from the front part. This is the X from the front part of the X. There's his shield, his windshield, excuse me. Oh no, that is supposed to be brown. It's just that this side is the rough side, so I can use colored pencils on this side and it looks okay, but colored pencils do not show up on the shiny side at all. So I had to use some markers. These were actually scented markers of all things. Some sort of scented Crayola crap. But it looks okay. And then as a robot, he's got 3 attack, 11 health, and 2 shield. And again, it shows you what's on the other side. White pips add +1 attack each. You cannot add can't add upgrades in this mode. And originally I put 6 out of 7 because I thought I was going to have 7 characters. The 5 Spetabots, which at the time I could only remember 2 of them, and then I was going to do 1 for him, maybe 1 of me, just for the fun of it. But I doubt I'll do 1 of me. And then I found my notebook and I'm like, hey, I'll do them all, which is now taking up a lot of my extracurricular time, But it's fun and it's constructive. And I was reading, and I've been doing a lot of looking at videos on YouTube about finding of all the stuff from the Exodus. So I started reading Exodus from the start, and I'm in up to chapter 4 or 5 now. I need to get back to that too. It was just like yesterday, just a day or 2 ago. But he's got his own card. I don't know if he really likes playing. He played with me a couple of times. I think he did like it better than Pokemon. He hasn't gotten to use his own card yet. I don't know what that is. But I know what that is, but I'm not going to tell you. So, really kind of fun, really neat. More to come. And and like I said, I'm not going to bore y'all with. And I haven't even gotten back to this yet. These are all my cards in team order that I was doing, and these are the duplicates. And I got 2 more boosters the other day, and I got duplicates. And I'm like, good grief. So, then I was told my son, he goes, well, Dad, why don't you just go on eBay and get what you want? And that's what I have done. And I think I got through a couple of different sellers, in total 10 different characters for just under $20, I think. And so when they all come in, I'll be able to complete Menasor, Superion, and Pyrdacons, because I have Taurox. Maybe Taurox is the only one I have. No, that's right. I got Dive Bomb through another auction. I got Dive Bomb and the other 3 Pyrdacons. Dive Bomb from one seller, the other 3 from another seller, and oh shucks. And I got a couple of, and I've got I have 4 of the aerial bots, so I can't combine. I have 4 of the Stunicons, so again, I can't combine, but I've got their Enigmas. I even have an Enigma card for Pyrdacons, of all things. And I have 2 of the Sentinels, but I'm not worried about the Sentinel characters. But so far it's been fun. I really haven't gotten to play much. I've been wanting to play with my son, and we just haven't had the chance. Lately we've been really busy. We've been working on the house, actually, and that's what I've got to get back doing while everyone is gone. So, oh my goodness. Let's put this down. From the artistry of teen years gone by, that looks like that's supposed to be First Aid. That must be Perceptor. I don't know who that poor Autobot is. That looks like Blimpus. Maybe. That looks like it could be Slingshot. That's a Spedabot. But that looks like an Aerial Bot. I don't know who that is. That's a Seeker. That's a Demicon. Decepticon. That looks like it's supposed to be Megatron. Really, really hard to see. Let's see, that almost looks like Beachcomber, but he's got to be a Decepticon. That looks like Swindle down here. That looks like Vortex. You got some sketchy mountains in the background. I never was that great of an artist, and I was even worse at trying to draw action shots. Just not very good at all. That's what this was probably for, was probably me practicing to do action poses for these guys, which I really just stunk at. And I'm not really good at drawing little guns either. I don't know why. But that, we'll end with that on this terrible, sketchy Battlefield thing from years ago. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.